The PBA Tournament of Champions is brought to you by Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By Bear Aspirin, expect wonders. And by the United States Bowling Congress, the all-new bowl.com, your online source for all things bowling. Log on to bowl.com today. We welcome you back on a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. We are coming your way live from Red Rock Lanes here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Continuing coverage of the PBA Tournament of Champions, PBA's signature event. 16 Hall of Famers, 13 former Players of the Year, 19 of the 50 greatest all-time bowlers competed this week. Right now, Rhino Page, 4 better than Mika Koivuniemi through 5 frames. The winner of this one to take on number 2 seed Kelly Kulick, to become the first woman to ever win a PBA event. Page working on a spare as we begin the 6th. Wow, that one moved hard right on him.
Remember what I talked about earlier? The ball reaction that he's trying to create, now it looks like he's created over-under reaction. He gets it wide, it overhooks like it did right there. He gets it inside, the ball tends to go really straight. Very tough ball reaction to deal with.
Does that mean a ball change is in his future or a foot adjustment?
It could be either or, but right now he needs to concentrate more on
taking care of his spares.
Yes, exactly. And an issue there with the approach. Let's see what happens with his footwork here. Is it a slip or is it a stick? That's a stick right there. He just came to a stop and actually caused him to miss the 247.
First open frame of our first match of the day.
Here's the ball change you were talking about, Rob.
Strike number 4 for Rhino. Time now for our Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood. This week, the Tournament of Champions oil pattern.
Well, Rob, this pattern is very flat, a 2-to-1 ratio at 39 feet in length. And talking to the players, they said there was 3 zones on the right side of the lane. You could play 5, 6, 7. You could play like 13 to 10, where Kelly Kulick played them all week. Or you can move in and play 4th and 5th arrow. Rhino Page is going to be just slightly in a first arrow on the left side.
Push. See some of the other finishers scrolling down below as Koivuniemi gets his 2nd pair of strikes in this opening match here at the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, it was really tough to watch what happened to Tony Reyes in position round. Tony was in 2nd, pulled a 150 game and went from 2nd to 6th, dropped out of the show. And after working that hard all week long, boy, that was tough to watch. There's Jason Couch, winner of 3 TSCs in a row.
Danny Wiseman coming back, hasn't bowled really all season, coming in at 16th. We know his mom is going through some difficult rehab right now in Baltimore. She is watching. We wish her continued success on her rehab.
Last week's winner, Anthony Lacaze, making match play. Right now, Mika is giving Rhino Page the business. We talked about the 3 zones. Watch this. Was piped right up about the 7th board.
So Koivuniemi with 3 in a row. His wife and daughter watching. Back to Page, down 30 in the 8th.
One time, Mop. One time. Really? So that one checks, and that one just goes straight through it.
Leaves double wood there.
Wow.
There's the underreaction I spoke about. That one just never gripped in the lane.
Thought about hooking.
And like you heard Rhino Page just say, that one never even thought about hooking.
Again, Page, the runner-up here last year. Very difficult loss for him in the final to Patrick Allen. He learned some things from that. One of them, step off when you don't feel comfortable. Picks up that spare. Rhino Page, one of our favorites out here on the tour. He's got a lot of interesting little things that he does through the week. One of the things is he bowls with music in his head. He says, I got a song in my head playing all the time. On Friday night, it was some old school, some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Today's song, Black Eyed Peas. Tonight's going to be a good night. Needs to start picking up a little bit for him as he's in a 30-pin hole as we open up the foundation frame ninth. Strike number 5 for Page.
Never know. Stranger things have happened in this building.
Yeah, and Rhino knows that all too well. He can strike out in the 10th frame now and shoot 215. Mika Koivuniemi is already in the 220s, which means what, Rob? He needs some help. He has to have an open frame by Mika Koivuniemi to have a chance of winning this match.
Only one open frame so far. That came from Page in the 6th when he had the issues with his footing at the foul line. Missed the spare. Koivuniemi working on 3 in a row, looking for a 4-bagger.
Back.
That pretty much seals the deal right there. That puts Meek into the 230s. Good count. He'll be in the 220s, even with an open frame. Hit him thin and watch him spin.
So Mika steps up here. We'll close out in the 10th.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
5 in a row. He's on a roll.
Boy, Mika's trying to erase a couple of years in 1 week, and I think he could probably put the last couple of years to rest by winning a Tournament of Champions, and he's one step closer now with a victory over Rhino Page.
So up next, just the 2nd female to ever make a PBA telecast, Kelly Kulick. She's warming up a couple lanes behind us right now. 6 in a row. And Mika has got the look he wants right now on both lanes.
Yep, he's dialed in.
This is wife, Lena, taking it in. Why not? Hey, you know what? Maybe those pants are bringing some good mojo.
GQ magazine, here comes Mika.
We were talking about it. Mika said, if I win, you know, these pants are staying with me for a while.
Well, what a nice year Rhino Page is having, though, Rob.
Sweet. Jam.
There's Kelly Kulick.
We need to check her heart rate.
Looks like she's trying to control the breathing as we shoot her right now. She'll be taking on Mika Koivuniemi in our next match. There's 3 in a row for Page, saying, where was that a few frames ago? Makes the adjustment, but a little bit too late.
Started with that ball.
Now, Rhino Page earned a couple more points here in his quest for Player of the Year.
Thank you, Vegas.
And that's all she wrote for Rhino Page.
Great ball, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
255, 215 in favor of Mika Koivuniemi. And we urge you to head on over to PBA.com to submit your More of What Matters to You fan question. The question sponsored by One A Day. Today will be directed to Chris Barnes. So have a question for our number 1 seed, Chris Barnes. If selected, your name and question will be read live and answered during today's telecast. Just head on over to PBA.com, click on the One a Day logo. Up next, we will hear live from our number 2 seed, Kelly Kulick, as she seeks to become the first woman to ever win a PBA event.